Hey, good evening, everyone. Patrick Batty here. Welcome to Boomer High. We're just getting set up, finalizing a couple things. As soon as I do, I'll get the video on and the music stop. But just for a sec, just enjoy the music. And we are rolling. Hey, good evening, everyone. Patrick Batty. Okay, and I've done my audio check. So time to turn off the music, turn on the camera, and welcome everybody. Welcome. Patrick Batty here at Boomer High, and welcome to one of our weekly episodes. You know, we've been doing this now for well over half a year, and it's been a popular show. There's thousands of comments on the website. We've recently been added as a show to in the iPass system. And so it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Marian Herbertson, my co-host, enjoys it as well. Marian's off this week. I've been traveling for 3 weeks. And so haven't been available as much as I wanted to. So I've missed a few of the episodes in that. But I've got some good stuff planned for you tonight, whether you're in the iPass system or whether you're an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, if you're a baby boomer like myself and Marian, and you're wanting to make some money through an online business, we're going to teach you some of the kind of the ropes on how to do it successfully. I'm going to really be doing kind of a restart on my business. It's been pretty successful. So what I've done is I've created a presentation to share with you exactly kind of what I'm doing and planning on doing. We just got back from vacation and a conference. We've been out for 3 weeks. We were at a conference in Las Vegas, or Lake Las Vegas, Nevada, and then we toured for a few weeks. So we've been having a lot of fun. We did kind of a big Southwest tour, and this was we flew to Vegas, rented a car. It's a one-way rental, so one-way car rentals are not cheap, by the way. Car cost us like $1,200 for the whole trip. But and then we were in hotels and traveled around the entire Southwest for the 3 weeks. And so my wife and I had, honestly, it was probably the longest trip and longest kind of vacation spell that we've ever had at one time. In other words, we've had more than 3 weeks vacation a year, but we've never taken 3 weeks at one time like this. And so it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. We saw a lot. We started in Vegas. In around Vegas, you get to see the Hoover Dam. I'd never seen that. I have been to Vegas before. I'm not a big Vegas fan, honestly. It just doesn't do a lot for me. But we continued from there to the Grand Canyon. Had a wonderful couple days there. Continued from there to Palm Springs. We were doing a lot of driving. They weren't in the same direction. Continued to Palm Springs. Had a great time there. We caught the Beatles tribute act, Rain. I'm a music fan, and in my age, obviously, you've grown up with the Beatles. Well, the band Rain is kind of the original tribute band in the world. Before any others, it was formed in the 70s. They weren't tribute bands then. They were bands. It was tribute bands kind of happened after the Beatles, kind of broke apart. This band formed in the mid 70s, and they've been performing all over the place. They've had long runs in New York, and they tour all the time. And they're actually some of the members in the band are second generation members. In other words, the son of the original performers. Sons of the original performers. So we saw Rain, and I do highly recommend it. We saw them in Palm Springs. Great time in Palm Springs. The weather in Palm Springs at this time of year is wonderful. The weather here in Ontario, Canada, where we're based, is not so wonderful. As you can well imagine, in February, we're having about pretty much the coldest couple days of the year right now. It's going to be well, we talk in Celsius here, but it's going to be below 0 Fahrenheit tonight and tomorrow. In fact, the high tomorrow is around 0. So that's crazy. Considering last week we were in the 80s and things like that. And I'm not a winter guy, but I have grown up with it. We get used to it. But we continued our trip beyond Palm Springs to, I went to Joshua Tree National Park as well as the Grand Canyon National Park. Joshua Tree is another amazing spot. And then we continued from the Palm Springs area to San Diego and spent 4 days in San Diego. And man, I'll tell you, if there's one other city in the world in North America that I wouldn't mind living in, I would pick San Diego. So for those of you that are in California that are watching, lucky you. I just loved it. We had a great time there. Again, lots of touring, a little hanging out on the beach, hanging out at the hotel, the pool, and all that. And then spent one day at the USS Enterprise, the USS Midway aircraft carrier. And we spent a full day on it and was spending time pretty much talking to vets that are volunteers on it for the whole day. Toured the whole ship, and which is massive, an aircraft carrier that, had 4,500 people on it. Served for almost 50 years. It was commissioned in 1946, the week after World War II, and then it was decommissioned in 1992. So there was a lot of history went on in that. It was where Desert Storm was kind of managed from. It was the the flagship where the admiral was and so forth. Went through the admiral's thing. So we had a great time. Anyway, good time. Good, but good to be back and good to be back to business. So while you're here, you may have seen an email from me, from somebody else, talking a little bit about what we're going to talk about tonight. I'm going to get myself off the screen tonight for one of the few times I'm going to actually use a slide presentation because I want to kind of focus in on the topic that we're dealing with, and going to share with you some of the things that I'm going to be doing to kind of do a jump start, or what I'm calling a restart to my business. Now, my business has been ticking along for 2 years. I've been working on it for 2 years. It's done very well. But I'm going to share a little bit about me and about it and all that. Then I'm going to talk about what I'm doing to really give it a jump start over the next few weeks and months. And secondly, if you're not even in an online business, I'll share with you how you can not only do the same thing, but even if you are brand new, you could do the same thing, okay? So we'll be talking about that as well. So first of all, let me pull up my slides here and share my slide presentation. You should be able to see that now. I'm fairly new to Mac, by the way, and I haven't figured out a way to share a presentation. I can't put it in slideshow when I'm on a Google Hangout, but at least I have it here. But it just means that I've got this other stuff on the side, which I don't know how you get rid of. And then I have my slides over here. So anyway, that's just, it may be a way to get rid of it. There may not be. In fact, I've looked around, I haven't found a way. So just kind of a weird thing, but it's a thing with Google Hangouts, which we're using here. So anyway, what we're going to talk about tonight is what I'm calling a power up start or restart your business. If it's brand new, it's a start. If it's an existing business, a restart. Well, I've got a picture of a blender here. I'm thinking of this in terms of like an energy shake. Something to really get you going, get your business going today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. And that's what I'm going to be covering in this session. We should maybe go a half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It really depends. Let me open up my iPad. I want to just see if there are questions that come in as well. Okay, and I see a couple of our regulars here. Thanks, guys. Sue and Gary. Gary's in Australia. Sue's in Massachusetts, I think. Am I right, Sue? Or that seems to be what I recall. But oh no, Texas. I'm sorry, Texas. A little far cry from Massachusetts. Welcome aboard again, and we're on iPass TV. I won't see who's watching on iPass TV, but let's get rolling anyway. And thanks again, guys, for coming here. I hope you get some good information out of this. So what we're really talking about is a way to jumpstart your online business. If you've been in this for a while over some amount of time, you may fall into some bad habits, get a little bit lazy. I know I found myself into that some days. If you're brand new, well, you kind of want to know how to get started in general, right? Or if you even haven't started but are just looking for a way to make an income online, we're going to show you that as well tonight. So what we're going to talk about a little bit is, oh, I thought I had a slide here. I must have lost it. I had like what my agenda was, but I've lost the agenda. So I'm just going to dig right into it. I don't know where I lost that slide. But anyway, who am I? Why is it, worth, listening and things like that? Well, basically, I'm a semi-retired Fortune 1000 executive. I was in the computer software industry for many years, over 30. I left the entire career, basically left it behind about 3.5 years ago now. I just basically decided I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be working for someone else. I didn't want the pressure that I had. I had a lot of employees and things like that. I just kind of had enough, and it said it was time to leave. I'm a husband and father. My wife Bonnie and I have been married for about, a little over 40 years. I think it's 40. She'd be mad at me now, but I think it's 41. It'll be 42 this year. So that's a long time. We got married very, very young. I've been an affiliate marketer for 3 years. When I left my corporate job, I decided to get into online marketing, being an affiliate marketer. And we'll talk about that in general. That's really primarily the topic tonight. In the primary businesses that I promote, well, there's really two of them. And one of them recently I've been ranked as high as number 6 in the weekly standings out of about 25,000. In the other one, there's been over time, I don't know how many people are in it now, but over time, there have been 300,000 people in the business. And in that business currently, I'm in the top 200. I don't know the exact position. They don't really state that. They just share that you're in the top 200. I founded Boomer High last year. So I lead a team, I mentor people, and I'm also, for about half a year, been a professional coach, kind of a marketing business coach for people as well. So that's kind of what I generally do and where I've been in the past. What I'm going to be talking about today is really jump-starting my business and what I'm going to do, but I'm going to show it to you as an idea of what you can do as well. The kind of business that I'm talking about and the kind of things you could be doing if you were going to create an online business, well, you could create your own products if you wanted to. I mean, if you want to manufacture something and sell it, you can. If you want to, buy something wholesale and sell it retail, you can. I kind of generally like using other people's products. In other words, I don't want to make the products. I don't want to be a product builder. I'd rather you do other people's products. Some of the kinds of things you could sell, though, is if you were going to have an online business, you could sell physical products. I mean, actual physical products that people, buy and you ship to them and things like that. I mean, it could be anything, right? It could be candles or quilts, whatever your passion is that you love, that you may want to get involved in more, you could be selling them. But when I'm talking about physical products, I am talking about actual physical goods that people buy, that you ship, and so forth. Now, the other alternative to that is selling digital products. Digital products are real products. They just generally are delivered online and don't need to be shipped. When somebody buys it, they get it automatically, and you don't have to worry about shipping it and things like that. Now, you also can, and I do, services. I do some services for companies, and that's an actual chunk of my online income. It's nothing to do with the affiliate marketing businesses that we're talking about tonight, but I do some of that. I did it even before I got into the affiliate marketing business that we're talking about tonight. Now, what I really like is selling of those combinations, physical and digital, and my products and other products I like selling other people's digital products, other people's products that I don't have to create, that are delivered automatically and are paid for online. And so there's no shipping by me, there's no collection by me, there's no, generally hassle, right? And that's kind of what my preferences are. Now, again, what we're going to teach you tonight doesn't have to be that. If you sell other stuff, the training tonight will probably be fairly relevant to whatever you are doing in an online business. Excuse me as I just take a drink here. But definitely other people's digital products, I have a real affinity to. Now, I have actually created some of my own digital products too, and I've sold them as well. But I can tell you, I've had more fun and made a lot more money selling other people's digital products. Now, when you become an expert, I would then say it's time to create some of your own, okay? But especially for people that are relatively new or brand new, do not try to go into product creation. Just enable yourself and affiliate yourself with some other products that you can sell online, and you can build a very nice business from that. The benefits kind of that I like about it is you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to take the time or even the risk of creating something. And that's a big risk. I mean, you can spend months creating something, spend a lot of time at it or a lot of money at it. It could be months, it could be many months, depends how good you are. And at the end of the day, you don't know if anybody's going to buy it. So you're taking a lot of time creating something, if you're creating your own product, can be a very risky thing. Now, there's ways to, get around that. There, you can kind of start quasi-marketing something before it's created and see if there's a market for it, right? But again, my affinity is to other people's digital products. I don't spend time on it. I don't create something that never sells. I only sell things that sell and sell a lot. And the other thing is I don't have to worry about shipping or collecting. So it's an easy business. It's less stress. It's less hassle. And effectively, if you're selling other people's digital products, you really only have one job to do. The job isn't, sell the product. Yeah, that I realize that's the end result job. But the real job to do is understand the market that you want to sell to and then promote properly to that market. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more tonight. Okay. Again, I'm talking about the preferences. The other thing I like about digital products is most of them, at least the ones that I'm affiliated with, do have sales funnels that allow kind of easy, smaller sales and easy wins and easy progress for somebody who's brand new. Therefore, it makes it more motivating, okay? Quick sales, not hard to do. A lot of people are interested in the products, things like that. So it's easy. They're inexpensive to get into, okay? So it's a low point of entry. Therefore, a lot of people can afford to do it. However, they also have sales funnels, which means there's an opportunity for you to make larger commissions too from the more motivated people that, buy the products. Okay, they can buy kind of the entry-level version or more advanced versions and things like that. That's the model that I love. It works well, and there are a lot of people making quite a bit of money by doing it. Okay, so let's talk now about the Power Up Restart. I was saying I'm going to talk about Power Up Start or Power Up Restart. I'm going to cover the Restart first because this is effectively similar to what you will do if you are brand new and or if you don't even have a product and are looking. I'm going to cover that section at the end of this. But right now, I'm going to talk about the restart that I'm doing for my own business that may be applicable for anybody who's listening, either through iPass TV or through, the Boomer High website tonight. Basically, it's a recommitment. I'm calling it, in my case, a Power Up Restart is my own term, but it's a recommitment to building my business every day. And it's going to be a minimum of 1 hour a day. I would, for me, it'll be more than this, but for you, if you, whatever, I would recommend people to at least put a minimum of 1 hour a day into building their business. Okay. Now, for me, I have more. I'm self-employed. I work from here. I have another small business. It doesn't take a lot of my time. I have more time, and I am very motivated to make this a much bigger business. So I'm going to put a bit more time into it than an hour a day. But the cool thing is, even an hour a day can get you going in this kind of business. Okay. Now, in my case, the way I've planned it out a little bit is I want to revisit my target market. What I'm talking about there is, who do I want to sell to? And, I go again, if you're brand new, you might say, well, you want to sell to everybody. Well, yeah, you kind of do, but it's kind of hard to do. You might want to tone it down a little bit to figure out a market that you yourself can relate to, understand, have that the people in the market will relate to you. And so they'll have an affinity to you and things like that. So I want to revisit my target market and really, really, really define it. I think it's more important that I do that before I do anything else. Now, I have that in mind. I'm not going to get into that today, but Boomer High is kind of it, right? Boomer High is a good, very good demographic for me. I feel it's appropriate. I think it's a great market for me. It may not be for you. I don't know how old you are. I don't know, what your experience is, things like that. But for me, I'm generally looking at a baby boomer demographic, people over, 45 or so. Now, I've actually had many people join my business that are younger than that. But what I'm doing is I'm tuning my message a bit more specific, though, to this market. The more I tune a message to be specific to the market, and the more value that I give to that market, that's relevant, relevant information to them, the better it is for me. Now, and again, you may say, well, why not just do it for anybody? Well, I just feel like it's kind of, you don't want to try to be everything to everybody. You want to try to be the best valued, the best, person for that particular market. And I'm not doing that in an egotistical way, but you want to really put your best energy and your most focus on a specific demographic. Some other demographics, just as an idea. I know a lot of people in this business that are stay-at-home moms. It's a huge market. There's a lot of people because, number one, the young people are having families, in most cases, a little bit later than they used to, but it's also really expensive to have childcare, to send your kids to childcare. So a lot of, parents are deciding that one of the parents is going to stay home and take care of the kids, the other's going to work. So there's a massive market of stay-at-home parents, in most cases moms, but some cases dads. It just depends. But I know that there's a lot of people that are doing that. And when they're doing that, well, they're going to be busy with their kids, but they still have some flexibility with their time. They're working, they're at home anyway. They're not doing a job, and they probably have a need for some extra income. Okay, they're not spending money on childcare, but they're still spending money raising a family, right? And it's pretty hard to do that these days purely on one income for people. So that's a huge market. There's another market, recently, well, over the last few years, a lot of, ex-military, as troops have been pulled out of Iraq and Afghanistan or wherever, and coming home, some of them are having a hard time finding a job. Some of them are looking for something to do. They've had a lot of, experience, but some of the experience is not terribly relevant to some of the things they would like to do and things like that. So there are a lot of people in that boat. And again, if somebody was in that, somebody had experience in that already, then it might be a natural market for them because obviously there's an affinity to one another, things like that. So again, whatever your demographic is, you want to, kind of first of all, figure it out. But I do stress, try not to go too broad. Just don't worry that you're not going to find enough people. There are a lot of people in this world. They don't all have to love you, but as long as some do in your demographic, you're going to be great. Okay. Now, one of the other steps I'm going to do then is kind of recharging and refreshing the things that I do that are of value for the market. Now, again, I do, like a webinar like Boomer High every week. I think that's of value for the market. We've had thousands of visitors watching it over the last number of months. We get a lot of them through the week, by the way. A lot are not, I don't know why, but a lot aren't on the live sessions, but we get hundreds and hundreds of views every week watching the replay. So there's some value there that I'm doing, but I'm going to be doing other things like videos and stuff like that, but specific to that market. So what I want to really be doing is kind of bringing my message up to date. Some of my marketing is now pretty out of date. I've wrote an email sequence a couple of years ago. I've edited it a few times, but in general, I've been still using it. Well, it's time to do a complete refresh on that. So I'm going to be updating my message significantly on as far as how I present, what I present, who I present to, and how I follow up. It's all of those things combined. Is when I say update my message, I'm not just talking about email. I'm talking about anything that I do is going to be refreshed, kind of a little bit branded, but brought up to date, Okay. Now I want to get more specific though on the kinds of activities. And this is a little bit detailed slide. I probably should have stuck it over 1 or 2 pages, but so first of all, I said to define your target market. Again, all I'm saying is don't make your target market everyone. You're not going to sell to everyone. You'll probably sell to no one if you do that. Okay, so get specific. And then what you want to do is create, when I say stories, I mean anecdotes, not fiction stories, but anecdotes specific to the demographic. And so I want to create various anecdotes that are relevant to that demographic. I mean, I've got 40 years of work experience. I can talk to that marketplace. I'm an old guy. I'm a 60-year-old former employee and a former executive in a fairly high level position. So I've got a lot of anecdotes and things like that. So I'm going to create anecdotes, what we call stories in the marketing world, sales copy, videos, emails, all specific to the demographic that I'm going to target. Now, again, this all sounds hard, but it may sound hard, but this does not all have to be done in a day. And in my case, I'm probably going to do it all over a period of a couple of weeks, and then just some updates every day, a couple updates every day, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Okay. I want to do my anecdotes, my copy, my videos specific to the market. I want to then create my emails to match it, and then pull those anecdotes, stories, updates, videos, and all that into my emails. So it just makes sense. If you're going to be creating videos and say you put them on YouTube or you put them on your website, or maybe you write a blog post and you put a video on your blog post, well, you might as well send those videos out in your emails as well. Okay. First of all, you're going to get more views. You're going to get more people. It personalizes your message. When people see you, on camera, it makes it much more personal than if they're just reading a blog post, for example. Okay. And so I want to just kind of blend all that together. Okay. But effectively, overall I want to do is show some value to the target market. I mean, people buy products, but people buy products from people, right? And so we have products, I have products I sell, but as an affiliate marketer, you have the same products to sell that the other affiliate marketers of that products, of that whatever it is, you have the same products. So you have to differentiate yourself a little bit more by the value you bring to the demographic or to the market that you're talking about. Okay. And it doesn't have to be, I'm the greatest, I'm the best, and all that. It doesn't have to be, call me all the time, 24 hours a day if you ever have a problem or question. I don't. When people buy products from me, they're buying products from me. Now, I do help them now and then. We do have hangouts now and then. We do, just like we do with Boomer High, we do all that. But I'm building my business. They're building their business. So value doesn't have to mean you're giving away your time nonstop to everybody. It just means you're kind of showing them the way. You're teaching them some things just the way we're doing tonight. And if you teach enough people some things, some of those will come through in terms of customers for you as well. Okay. You also want to then focus on the traffic that is going to come to your offer. If it's possible to focus on a demographic in your traffic as well, that's really worthwhile, because then you're not wasting time marketing with marketing material to one demographic, but sending it out and buying traffic to go to everybody. Okay. Now that's a little more challenging. There's lots of different ways to get traffic. But for instance, if it's I'll just pick the baby boomer demographic. Well, I could just do it on age, and so if I can find a vehicle where I can buy traffic and know that the people there are in a certain age range, maybe they speak English and they're 45 years old and above, as an example, well, then that would be a valuable way to do my marketing, because then I'm sending relevant market to relevant people. Okay. It could be other things. Facebook is a great place where you can do that kind of demographic based marketing, by the way. Now, again, as any business, as a business owner and person who's, kind of restarting, one of the other things is I'm going to continue to go through, my ongoing education. Just like I teach things, I also learn things. Some of the things I teach you, I learned, the week before. Not all of them, but some of them I've been living for a long time. But as long as I'd highly recommend it that you do spend some time on your ongoing education. I don't recommend that's all you do, because just going through courses is not going to make you an expert. Doing the stuff is going to make you an expert. Going through courses will give you some guidelines. Okay. So you want to go through the courses, but your main function to build your business is to actually build the business, not just train yourself. So training is one thing, building the business is another. Your primary objective on an ongoing business is to work on your business. Your secondary task is to do some ongoing education every day if possible, through either online training or reading books or things like that. Very specifically with me, and I just thought I'd share it with you, once I've done my main jobs that I've said all above there, then on an ongoing basis, I'm going to continue with new marketing. And the new marketing will be a new video every day, a new email every day, a new blog post every day, and maybe 2 or 3 social media posts. Okay, some of them relevant to my business, some of them, just social. There is a social element to social media. If you're just selling all day long to people on social media, there won't be a lot of people following you, I guarantee it. Okay. But those are the kind of the restart activities that I'm focusing in on right now. And I'm really excited about it because it's put it in a bit more concrete results for me. I've got to do these steps up here first, get all of this done. Okay. I know my market. I've got that defined. I've got to create some new anecdotes, stories, copy, and videos. Okay. Get all that done. And I am going to reconstruct my sequence of emails. A sequence of emails, by the way, if you aren't in business already, you're going to get trained about it if you end up joining the business that we're going to talk about. But basically, when people opt into an email list, put in their email address to get something, well, then most companies and most people send follow-up emails to them. So what I'm doing is I'm going back in and, and refining all of my emails. Okay. And I basically, most of my email sequence, I send 1 or 2 a day. And then occasionally I send out another broadcast message a day. So those emails, the 1 or 2 a day, are in a sequence. They just, the person that opts in today will get the first one and maybe the second if I've had 2 that day. And then tomorrow they'll get the third, and the next they get the fourth, and so forth. Now, what I also do, though, on a daily basis is I also quite often write another email and send it to the list. And it's more a time-sensitive one based on things I've done that day, what I'm going to do that day, or maybe an event that I want to recommend people to see or participate, something that's time sensitive. Okay. So I'm doing all of these steps right now in a kind of a big overall work plan that I've worked out. Okay. Because they're all kind of dependent on each other. Okay. I've got to have my stories before I write my emails. I want to embed my videos into some of them and so forth. So those are all going to be done over the next week and a half or so. And then this is just the general ongoing task on a daily basis thereafter. Okay. And I'll probably come up with some other projects along the way, things like that. But so I'm going to do on an ongoing basis a new video, a new email, a new blog post every day. And then, as I said, 2 or 3 social media posts. Now, I do get sucked into social media like other people. And when I get into Facebook, I could be there for a long time. And so I've got to really be conscious of go in, do my stuff, comment on a few things. It is social, as I said, but then turn it off so I'm not distracted by it all day long. Okay. So that's kind of my restart plan for my business. If you're existing marketer, existing in our company or others, it might be something you might want to consider as well. I do want to give a little bit of a warning though to newer marketers. As much as I dig training and I sell training, too much training can overwhelm you. If you're trying to take 5 different courses at the same time, or if you're distracted by hundreds of emails every day, pounding you with buy this product, buy that product, buy another one, you really will spin your wheels. And I'm telling you that from personal experience. Okay. The first 6 months that I worked online, I earned a grand total of $38. I was buying product after product after product. And everyone is going to, turn me from rags to riches kind of thing. And, it's like the kind of things the offers are, you make all this money, or you get all this website traffic, or you get to the top of Google, or over and over and over. It's obviously it's things that people are looking for and they're compelling offers. But I really want to shut that down, because the more, and I get sucked into it every so often, I get sucked into it. And so there are all kinds of things out there, but you got to focus in on a few things. Once you find out what is working for you, then you want to just scale it up as much as you can. And don't spend all the time on everything. I'm talking about a few significant things here. I'm going to get people onto a list through the advertising I do and through social posts that I do and through videos that I create. And then they're going to see the emails that go out that it will have the videos in them. I don't need to do 500 courses to do that. Okay. I just don't need that. But you need to know something. If you've never done any kind of online marketing, you're going to want to learn some things. Okay. I would highly advise you though to stay away from places like ClickBank, JVZoo, or Warrior Forum, because honestly, there's hundreds of products every day. And if you're brand new, you can just get sucked into spending all kinds of money. And before you know it, you're just getting yourself confused, because you don't need, 20 new training courses or 20 new plugins or whatever else they're selling all the time. It was when I backed away from that kind of stuff and then proceeded with the system that we use that I'll be sharing here for the new people. It's when I backed away from that and then proceeded with one consistent setup and system is when I started really, really doing well. The commission the trip that we just went on, by the way, a 3-week trip, it wasn't a package deal or anything. It was airfare, it was rental car, it was hotels every night for 3 weeks, it was meals, all that. That's an expensive thing, especially when you're getting into California. And I could say, honestly, that was paid for all with commission I'm earning from the system that we're using here. And if I wasn't doing that system, we wouldn't have taken that trip. And so I'm really excited about what we do. I'm trying to scale it up, as I said, and again, giving myself a refresh, not because business is going bad, business is going well. I just think I'm back, I'm charged up, I'm raring to go, I got time, and so I'm moving forward. So now what I want to talk about now, and we won't be much longer. If you are brand new, if you have not done any online business before, I mentioned, I cautioned you from going out and buying all kinds of products. If you have not made money before online, are brand new or not affiliated with anything, I'd really recommend you have a look at the system that I use, the system that has taught me what to do and trained me what to do and gives me the commission that I make. The cool thing about it is it's an integrated platform that has not only the training for you, it has the kind of the commission generating platform within it. In other words, so all the education you need is in one spot. Okay. And you're going to step up to the education as much as you can, but it's all in one place. You don't have to go to 50 different sources for the education. But not only that, the platform we're talking about here has not just the training, it has the products that you sell. Effectively, you're selling the access to the products and the training products. It has a sales funnel all embedded. So again, easy to enter, bigger ticket products for people that want them, and bigger commission for you than if people buy them. Has things like lead capture pages. If you don't know what they are, don't worry about it. It's all built for you anyway, so you don't need to do it. But effectively, it has the commission generating platform built in. The system also has live coaches. When you join, there's either going to be a sponsor or a coach assigned to you, and you'll be able to connect with that person. So there's live coaches that will kind of show you what to do. Make sure you, especially at the beginning, make sure you know what you're doing. And kind of get your position well so you can maximize the compensation plan. And basically, this is kind of just a general, what I would say is a shortcut. Again, I didn't have access to this in the first year that I was working online, but once I did get access to the system, that's when things started to take off for me. Now, we can't guarantee that everybody makes money. There's no such thing because we don't know what you'll do and if you'll take action and things like that. But we do guarantee we have the training here for you. And if you do take action, you're most likely to do very well. Okay. The key thing is to follow the training, get into it, get yourself motivated at doing it, and get going. Right. But all of this together combined in one spot, I think gives you a much better chance of success than if you're just grasping or brand new and just trying to figure out what to do. It's all nicely laid out in one place and actually in a sequence. The training, you're going to get entry-level training right away in a particular sequence. Then there's a sequence of additional training you can get in a particular order as well. So it's all kind of done in a logical step-by-step, almost kind of paint by number kind of approach when I think about it. And it's just up to you to actually follow through and do what it said. The system that we're using, and the one that, again, that I'm affiliated with, is called the iPass-2 business system. Okay. iPass-2 business system. And it's Internet Prospect, acceleration system, version 2. Version 1 was out a few years ago. Version 2 came out a number of months ago now, about 6 months ago. Okay. The cool thing is the iPass system costs $47 a month. And so for $47 a month, you get this entire integrated platform for you. Okay. Again, with training that I was mentioning, some of this training that you're going to get in here is stuff that would take you years to learn if you're going to do it on your own. Okay. You might never learn some of it. Okay. You'd probably give up before you ever learned it if you're trying to do this all on your own, or you'd spend thousands of dollars to do it. Basically, the other thing about iPass that I really love, and it's also why I love digital products, is you buy products one time. You buy the iPass system once, okay? But you get to sell it over and over and over again. And the fee for the iPass system is $47 every month, but you get 50 to 70% residual commission on every sale you make. Okay. So you've made one sale. Depending on what level you're at, you're getting 50% to 70% of that $47. Okay. On every sale you make. So you make you make a couple sales, you're already ahead of the game. You make anything above that and it's gravy. Okay. So you're not really exposing yourself to a ton of things. Okay. Now, addition to the iPass system, there are additional levels in the system. It's completely up to you when and if you get them. There's some discounts for you if you want to do them soon, quickly after you join. Okay. The cool thing about the additional levels is they're giving you a lot more comprehensive training. Okay. But additionally, they're basically positioning you to make much larger commissions when people buy them from you. Okay. So really worthwhile. I have all of the levels. I did it fairly quickly when I joined. They didn't have discounts when I joined, but now they do. So it's an even better deal now. Okay. But so those things give you position you more and more to earn more advanced level commissions. Okay. And also have very much more comprehensive training, not difficult training, but more powerful training. So you can spread your word further and further and further to build a larger business. So in summary, again, for the people that are brand new, that are not in it, it's an integrated platform that has the training in it, the products in it, the sales funnel and capture pages, the whole kind of commission generating platform, live coaches, which is really rare. And all of this basically is a real shortcut, and it's proven to work. There are thousands and thousands of people in the system now that are doing well. So I'm going to be going a little quicker tonight, but I just want to encourage anybody that's brand new. If you are not in the system, you can do it. Look, as of 3 years ago, I had never touched a website. I mean, I was on the internet, but I didn't build websites. Okay. I had never built an online business, and I've already now at this stage of my career, I'm in the top 200 of, again, of a very large group. And again, with iPass, last I looked, I was number 6 in one of the statistics as far as sales for the month or the week. I can't recall what that was, but look, if I can do this, you can do it. There's no doubt about it. You don't have to be a tech expert, but you need to take action. That's really the thing. You need to take action. When you get in, you got to get in the training. You do the setup. It'll teach you how to do that setup. Okay. And you need to take action. And then if you can upgrade, you upgrade. Okay. Because it positions you for bigger and bigger commissions. So you need to take action, and you need to upgrade if you can. That's all I can say. Now, I think it's very easy. For me, it's easy. It's really been a godsend for us. Again, it powered my trips recently. There's even a no risk guarantee in it that I think it's 14 days or 30 days. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there is a no risk guarantee in it, so that if you buy it and you absolutely say, I can't do it, you can get your money back. Don't go into it with that idea. Go into it with, I can do it, and make it work for you. Don't go prove that you can't do it. Anybody can do this. You just have to put in a little bit of the effort. Okay. So if you're brand new, okay, there's a button down below the video, just the same as this. Okay. There's a button right there, right below the video on Boomer High. If you're in iPass system, you're already in it. But if you're on the Boomer High site, there's a button right there to click to get yourself started. And that will set up your account and set up the training for you and things like that. And you've taken the first massive leap to build your online business. So I've gone a little bit long tonight. I'm just going to double check my Hangout, just see if there are questions. Thanks, Sue, for the comment on digital products. Yeah, I agree with analysis paralysis. Too many products means just overall confusion. And you can get into that. You can get into, like, I want to buy the product of the day. And before you know it, you'll have forgotten what it was. So what I like here is we go in here, we got a platform. You go to that one product, go through the training, do it. Then go into the next level product and go into the training and do it, and so forth. It's not like 5,000 different things coming at you from every direction. It's a consistent set of training and action plans for you to take to build a business. But on top of it, it gives you the income opportunity as well. Again, within iPass, 50 to 70% commission, depending on your level, on everything you bring in. And then we have these back-end products associated with your upgrades that pay 70% commission on those. So with that, I'm going to end it a little early tonight. That kind of covers it tonight. I've shown you how I'm doing my restart. If you're brand new, well, you got to start before you do the restart. So what you do is hit that green button down the video, click here to start your online. That'll get you set up, okay? And then you're going to go through a series of training within the iPass site. It's going to take you over, probably about 4 hours over a couple days. Okay, you're going to get going. You're going to get yourself set up. You're going to get your account set up. They're going to teach you how to promote the business. That'll get you rolling. And that's it. You get started. If you came to the website through somebody else brought you to our website for this tonight, when you join, you're joining through that person. Okay, so you don't have to worry about, I'm joining on Boomer High. What's the issue? You're not. When you join on Boomer High, it's encoded to the person who sent you to the website. So you're joining that person. So if it's a friend of yours that brought you here, great. When you join, you're joining with them. Okay. If you came here through me, you're joining through me. If you came here through Marion, you're joining through Marion. Again, I see Gary here. I see Sue here. Anybody who brought traffic here would have encoded the link to bring you here so that when you click the green button, that's actually their specific link. Pretty cool how we've done that. Okay. So if you join, there it is. If you want to get going, great. I'm not going to push you on it. I love the business. The people that are here, a lot of us are already in it. It just works, guys. You just got to take action and work and follow up and just do it. Okay. So simple deal. There it is. It's $47 to get started. It just, and it works. And when you bring people here, by the way, if you get started, you're also welcome to send people to the Boomer High webinars every week. And if they join, they're joining through you. So you can put us to work to sell for you. So how good a deal is that? You got the commission generating platform. You got the training. You've got the coaches. You even have Boomer High if that's something that's relevant to your demographic. Okay. So hope that helps. That's kind of my action. I've started my plan already since I got back. We just got back on Monday and things are going well. But I wanted to share what I was doing, first of all, with people that are existing members. But if you're brand new, yeah, you're going to do that stuff too. But first of all, you got to hit that green button and get going. So with that, guys, I want to thank you for coming to Boomer High. We'll have a different lesson next week. Everybody who showed up week after week, I love you guys. I thank you. It makes it more fun when we see more people live. I know we have hundreds that see it over the week on not live, but it's nice to see some live folks too. So appreciate it. I hope everybody's well. Have a great week. Click the green button if you haven't started yet. It's there waiting for you, and get going. Okay. Thanks again, guys. Have a great week. And that's it for tonight for Boomer High. All the best.